This video is brought to you by IXL, used by millions of students worldwide to get ahead in math, English, and more.
Imagine you're playing a new game with your friends. You might think that it's easy to understand and fun, but one of your friends might think that it's too complicated or too slow. Each person may have a point of view or a different way of seeing or thinking about this new game, and you probably would describe the experience of playing it differently. When we read, we encounter different points of view. For example, two authors may share different information about a topic, or they may not agree on what is important. So they might include different facts or details. Or two narrators may have different feelings or opinions about a topic. So they might change how we readers see characters, settings, or events in a story. Paying attention to differences in authors' or characters' points of view can help us gain a broader perspective and better understand what we read. Let's look at an example. We'll start with this passage. It's told from Shannon's point of view. I love eating spicy food. My family cooks with fresh hot peppers almost every day. We chop up long red chilies and add them to our stir fries, along with garlic, ginger, and soy sauce. The best part is the spicy oil we add to everything. Even though it can make our tongues feel tingly and numb, spicy oil is so tasty. So, what is Shannon's point of view in this passage? Well, she describes some tasty ingredients, like hot peppers, red chilies, and spicy oil that she and her family frequently use in their meals. So we know that Shannon loves spicy food. Now let's look at a different passage. It's told from Eli's point of view. My mom tried a new recipe today. I didn't know what I was getting into when I sat down for dinner. Mom warned me that the meal might be a little spicy, but she said it wouldn't be too bad. She was wrong. I sweated and sniffled all through dinner. By the end, I had tears in my eyes. I sure hope she doesn't make that recipe again. Oh no! Poor Eli. So, what's Eli's point of view in this passage? Well, Eli described trying his mom's new recipe that was way too spicy for him. He was sweating and sniffling all through dinner. So it's pretty clear he doesn't like spicy food. How is Eli's point of view different from Shannon's? Well, Eli doesn't enjoy eating spicy food, unlike Shannon, who loves spicy ingredients in her meals. Nice work. Let's take a look at another passage, told from the point of view of Ben, who has taken a visit to Death Valley National Park with his dad. Last year, Dad and I went on an adventure to Death Valley National Park. When we entered the park, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was like we went to another planet. We hiked around sand dunes, we walked underneath the natural bridge and through canyons. When we drove by the salt flats, it looked like we were driving on the planet Mars. Dad and I love looking back on our pictures of our trip to Death Valley. So, what could Ben's point of view in this passage be? Well, he describes his trip to Death Valley National Park as an adventure. Ben goes on to talk about the awesome hike he and his dad took around the sand dunes and their walk through the canyons. Ben and his dad enjoy looking at pictures from their trip too. It sounds like Ben's trip to Death Valley was a memorable adventure for him. Next up is a passage from a website from the National Park Service. Warning! Remember, it is extremely hot in Death Valley from late spring to early fall. Temperatures can soar above 120 degrees Fahrenheit, and midnight temperatures can still be over 100 degrees. During the summer, hiking in the desert is to be avoided. Instead, stay in your car and on paved roads. Bring water and make sure to drink at least 2 liters a day. We do not recommend bringing pets to Death Valley between April and October. What do we think the point of view of this passage is? The writer tells us important safety tips about visiting Death Valley, like how hot it gets and what to do to stay safe. They explain that hiking during the summer is not safe, that you should stay in your car and drink lots of water. The website does not recommend bringing pets during the hot months. So, it appears that Death Valley can be a dangerous place for visitors in the summertime if they aren't prepared for heat. So, how is the website's point of view different from Ben's? The website gives visitors important safety tips and information about visiting Death Valley, while Ben's point of view is that his trip there was an adventure that he enjoyed. Wow, amazing effort today, readers. Next time you read a book or text on similar topics, think about the point of view that's being shared. Remember, knowing how to spot different points of view helps us better understand what we're reading. They can also show us new ways to see the world and make the stories we read even more exciting.
Head over to IXL.com for more practice on this skill and thousands more videos in math and language arts.